Hey, what's up guys? It's Flex and welcome back. I know you guys have been waiting for this if you've already seen the thumbnail to this video. Today I am installing an intercooler on my Mercedes C250 coupe. Unfortunately, the intercooler is only for the turbo 4-cylinder engine. I can't do anything about that. C300 guys, this is not for you. So why install an intercooler on the Mercedes C250 if it already has one? Well, if you know how the turbo works, when air goes to the turbo, it's compressed. And when it's compressed, it gets really hot before it goes to the stock intercooler, which cools it down before it hits the engine. Well, the stock intercooler does an okay job, but you can always use more cooling. So with this new intercooler, it's gonna cool it down a lot before it hits the engine, making a lot more horsepower. So the intercooler that I got is, of course, from my friends at Tornado Tuning. They are my favorite when it comes to performance parts for German cars. Here's the intercooler from Tornado Tuning. As you can see, this thing is beautiful. It's well constructed, it's super thick. There's a lot more surface area to cool down the air, so you'll definitely make more power installing this. I also opted to get the high temperature silicone piping. This is just a better upgrade over the stock pipe because it's more durable, it'll last a lot longer, it stands up to high temperature, and it stands up to vibrations, which your car makes a lot of. So this is optional, but definitely I highly recommend this. If you are going to be taking your bumper off to install this, might as well run new piping. But their intercooler is built really well and it's rated for 40 plus horsepower. So you're definitely gonna feel this mod. So if you're interested in buying this, definitely reach out to my buddy NARESH at Tornado Tuning. I'll leave his contact information in the video description below. I'm not gonna keep you guys waiting. Let's get to the install. So before we start, we're gonna have to remove the front bumper. I'm not gonna show you how to do it, but I'll leave a link in the description on a video how to do it. Once I remove the front bumper, then I'll take you step by step on how to remove the intercooler and install the brand new intercooler. Now with the bumper removed, we can go ahead and remove the bumper support bar. It's held on by 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, or you can follow that metal tube up and remove 2 bolts up there, 2 bolts over here, and 2 bolts over here. So I realize in this area I can get to one of the bolts, but one of the other bolts is right underneath the headlight. So I'm gonna have to find a way to move the headlight back by removing this screw. Now I can pull the headlight and have access to that bolt. Next step is to remove this bolt here, which is a support bar, and on the other side. Before we remove the support bar, we have to make sure we remove 2 connectors on each side. Here are the 2 connectors. I already unclipped the connectors on one side and I'm doing the other side, and they come right off. Now let's go ahead and remove the piping. It's just held on by a clip. All you have to do is insert a screwdriver and pop the clip off, and then pull the tube right off. Simple as that. And repeat the same process for the other side. Next, we're going to unclip this plastic retainer. All you have to do is push in the tab and then pull it towards you and it'll come right off. be careful not to damage this air sensor. You want to be very careful with it. So the stock intercooler is held on by two clips. There's one on the bottom, there's one up top. But before we can get to it, we need to lower this plastic piece. It's just held on by a bolt right on the bottom here and then on the other side. Let's remove that so we can lower this plastic piece and have access right to that lower clip. So here's how you remove that lower clip. There it is, and it clips into that kind of square section on the right. You just need to lift up and pull it towards you. Lift up and pull it towards you. Do that on both sides, and then you want to unhinge it right from this area. This black plastic piece will come right off, and then you can pull the intercooler off. With the intercooler off, let's take care of the piping. There's one up there and one on the other side. So this is one and this is the other one. To remove it, push it in, lift up the clip and pull the piping right off. It's the same exact process for the other side. Now you can pull the piping right through the bottom. So here's a quick comparison of the old one that's kind of plastic compared to the new one all metal. The old one is much shorter and the new one is much taller. It's taller about an inch to 2 inches, so a lot more surface area to cool down air for more power. So the install for the new intercooler is reverse. It's actually went on pretty smooth. It's really tight for the clips. Just work at it and it'll fit right in along with the bumper support. I went ahead and cut off this plastic retainer because it's actually designed for the smaller intercooler. With the larger one, it won't really do its work, and also be careful of that sensor. Don't cut it off. I also went ahead and ran the pipes. They're all connected. Just be careful. One side of the pipe is actually large and one side is smaller. So make sure you try it on before you put it on the car. If not, you're gonna have a really hard time. But now I just gotta put the bumper back on and we should be good to go.
So I just finished driving my car around. There's no check engine light. Everything works perfectly fine. When I first got out of my apartment complex and then I floored it, it felt okay. I mean, there was a little difference than my other mods, but as soon as I got on the highway at 30 miles per hour, it pulled. At 40 miles per hour, it pulled. At 50 miles per hour, it pulled. At 65 miles per hour, it pulled. I mean, it feels like a different car once you get going, which basically that's the whole point of an intercooler. The more air you get into your engine that's cold, so when you're going at a faster speed, the more performance you're going to get out of your car. I mean, out of all the mods that I've done to my car, to be honest, this is probably my favorite, hands down. Well, there you have it, guys. It's proven. This thing gives power. This thing is awesome. If you have a Mercedes C250 coupe or sedan turbo 4-cylinder engine, this is a must. If you have to do one modification to your car, do this. It's definitely a game changer when it comes to your car. If you like the video, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time.